All right, let's do it, huh? Wrapping up with some 4-color Enigmatic Incarnation here. So at the beginning of your end step, you may sacrifice another enchantment. If you do, search your library for a creature with converted mana cost equal to 1 plus the sacrificed creature's converted mana cost and put it on the battlefield. Then shuffle your library. So we pair Incarnation here with enchantments like Omen of the Sea, Birth of Meletis, and Othakaya, things that have good enters play effects to allow us to search up different utility 3-drops as well as different 4-drops. We also have some Elspeth Conquers Death in here that we can turn into either Titan Ape or Dream Trawler. And if you have 2 Incarnations in play, you could turn one of them into things like Tolsmere, Macrosage, or Yarok. This is kind of a 4-color mid-range value deck. In my experience playing this in the past, it tends to line up pretty okay against aggressive decks in the format because of tools like Birth and Oath. It has some play against things like Nexus still because of things like Teferi, and Masticore seems interesting. So someone said the old Yorion Masticore deck. Yorion actually doesn't hurt this card at all because the discarding a card is an additional cost. It's not an enters play effect. So Yorion does not make you discard 2 for this. And also, we're largely playing this so we can search it up with Enigmatic, not because we're going to draw this 2 of particularly often. So let's go ahead and dive on into some matches here with this and see how it feels in the current historic format. Hey, Wyke D Down, thanks for the brand new Prime support. Welcome to Oglandia. Thanks for keeping me employed here this month with that. No breeding pool counter. No, that was just for standard. Full metal. Historic's reasonably diverse. There's a good amount of people playing things like Gruul in this format. GNS, thanks for the 2 months. I appreciate you re-upping. Welcome back. Hope you're staying safe out there. Is this a keep? Probably. I can search up a swamp with Solemn. And technically have all of our cards castable. Swamp Diagraph, cool. Okay. Some zombies. Thoughts on this Solemn art? That's fine. I don't really have strong opinions on things like aesthetics like that. Okay, so not zombies, just some kind of like generic mono black aggro, it would seem. Huh? I think we just do this. Stephen Douglas, thank you for the 2 years of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. I get to play this out and go find a swamp. Oh, I forgot to put nice basics in here, although that artwork is pretty reasonable. So they're going to lose this card unless it's like a Murderous Rider. Double marking there really paid off to deny them the Spawn of Mayhem. When Solemn dies, we draw a card. Do I want to draw a card? What kind of stupid question is that, Magic Arena? Well, that's just rude. Good draw. Top deck hero. Do 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 do. Ooh, Demonic Embrace is a good suggestion. It's kind of cute. You can bring it back again and again and again. It doesn't really fit with our controlling game plan though, is the issue. It's garbage time. You don't have to go home, but you can't play here. Do 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 do. It's like frustratingly silly how much of a non-thing paying 3 mana is in these Yorion decks. Like, not a big deal in the slightest. You're talking about the opponent's deck? Oh, sure. Yeah, seems like it could be fine in there too. I could play that, but I think I just want to set myself up for max value with the Yorion next turn. Not planning to, no, Cougs. I've got a big giant deck queue for that game built out. In fact, I think I have more Runeterra submissions waiting to be played than I do Magic submissions at the moment. So planning to stick to normal constructed stuff out of the queue for that. We're trimming things like Masticore that aren't particularly exciting here. Want things that play to the board sooner, so things like the spot removal. I think I wouldn't mind a couple of Assassin's Trophies just for some more cheap interaction. We trim a couple of Conqueror's Death at the top end. Still trimming Macrosage. Probably not searching him up ever. Saying super reasonable. And we'll bottom the second Paradise Druid here. Tap land down. You put the tap land in. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. It's not a terrible pickup. Means we can curve Enigmatic into Conquer's Death, so we can exile like a 3 or 4 drop and then go find a 6 out of our deck, which is great. Hoping to fade powerful 3s here. And then hoping to fade removal spell here. So if they don't have removal spell for Paradise Druid or a discard spell for the Conqueror's Death, we get to go Conqueror's Death, exile your Rotting Regisaur, turn Conqueror's Death into King Kong. Okay, yep. And then I think the Conqueror's Death into Kong line's probably enough to lock this up. Crunch. Yep, I concur, opponent. We're done here. Kill your board, make a 7/7. Not bad. Not bad. .jpg. Yeah, fighting's a little bit better in Magic than Rune Terror for that reason. I'm gonna keep this. I think we're gonna bottom Yarok here. Like, already kind of had our 4th color, but I Paradise Druid first here, because Paradise Druid lets me double 2-mana spell on 3. Regardless of what they take here, I still get the double 2-mana spell. How is the Terror of the Peak deck? Clunky and slow. Most of the games that it won was because it was a bad girl deck, rather than because it was a combo deck. Yeah, we got to do the thing. This is like a fine set. I'll keep Teferi because he impacts the board. In fact, I might just trade Paradise Druid for the Tithe Taker here, and then Teferi can bounce the token. Of course, I could also play Teferi and then... Alright, yeah, with the Kudro played, I'm gonna go ahead and block here. Yeah, I think in a world where Teferi and Elspeth Conqueror's Death exists, Terror of the Peaks is doomed to mediocrity. Blocks. Okay, so we're doing this as a 4/3. And then we'll put Yorion in our hand. Joke's on you, opponent. I ain't got anything to boot. Okay, do I just jam Yorion for the bigger body, or do I play this? I think I'm playing this so I can get more value out of Yorion next turn. Oh, this could be wrong. I, like, get to regain 3. Super punished. Elspeth Conquers Death would have been absurd there. Yep, or any kind of removal. Monologuing for that is Twitch chat breaks it up a little bit for me, at least. Have someone that I'm talking to instead of just rambling endlessly myself. Okay, I mean, this is like pretty greedy, right? Like, if this finds a remove spell, I get to draw a bunch of cards. I think I bottom up here trying to find a way to kill this one that took my Yorion. Just did if we go to 6. Alright, need to bring in some of that spot removal again here. Cut the Macrosage. Trimmed a Conqueror's Death last time. That seems fine, especially with Kudro exiling stuff from our graveyard. I think it's pretty okay. It doesn't have anything that impacts the board super early, but we're on the play, so hopefully Uro's life gain will be able to bridge us. We get to play Omen on 2, into Uro on 3, into Incarnation on 4, turn the Omen into a creature. Pretty reasonable curve to start. No one drop out of them is good for us. Huh? I'm gonna keep both of those. And I think we just play Teferi and bounce their Kite Sail next turn.
Trust me. You'll thank me later. Here we go. That's more like it.
Do I Omen? Probably just Urrowing. Great pickup. I guess I could have double shocked in to play the Omen this turn too, but taking 4 to do that against the aggro deck doesn't sound particularly appealing. Yep, Beansy. Yep. So, Yarok notably doesn't just double enter the battlefield triggers from creatures, it's all permanents. So these will get doubled up if Yarok stays in play. Raindrop, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. Welcome to Oaklandia. Having a wonderful Friday wherever you're at in the world. That's not too big of a deal. It's like annoying because I don't get to double up Oathakaya, but I do at least get to kill that Hostage Shaker with Oath.
Suppose that's how it was meant to happen.
Huh? Deck Rangers. One of the beauties of digital is not having to deal with things like that. Hope you're staying safe out there, Raindrop. So, unfortunately, Yarok does not double up Sagas. Still worth keeping the Birth, I think. Wonder if we'll see the same Uro or Yorion here. Probably Yorion with all of these in play. So I can get and play Yorion next turn, right? Yeah. I was going to say maybe I should scry during my upkeep, but fortunately I'm incredibly lucky. Dulsmere very good against these aggressive decks. Very, very good. What standard deck should you craft? Bant Ramp. Or Team of Reclamation. I think even with the hit on Bugler, they needed to hit like Meddling Mage on Bugler. Oh no, not Dovin's veto. I'll never recover, chat. We're never gonna make it back out. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna let you down. Never gonna run around. I would like to shoot that. I would like to fight this. Runeterra is really good. I think if they hit their set release deadlines, they're quite possibly going to be one of the best card games ever made. Core design of their game checks a lot of the boxes. I'm happy with how he boarded. Maybe I want one more trophy, but like I also don't want to ramp my aggro opponent too often. Opponent. Have you heard of the Astley Paradox? If you ask, and for a copy of Disney's Up, he'll give it to you in the process. I don't understand. I'm not quite sure what you're asking. Yeah, keep this right. That is a phenomenal draw. My favorite historic deck still Yarok Field. Yeah, probably. It's poop against Nexus of Fate, but the Nexus of Fate hubbubaloo has died down a little bit, which is nice. There's been more Gruul in the format. Yarok's pretty good against Gruul. This is really cute. Exiles are things if we blink them. Exiles are creatures if we blink them. I think I'm just trading here. It feels like they have Dovin's veto. Oh, it does exile anything that Incarnation fetches too. You're right. Rather than playing into their counterspell, I'm just gonna use my mana to pick my Sky Nomad up here. And then because it feels like they have veto, next turn I'm going to lead on Assassin's Trophy. And then hopefully they veto that, and then I slam Othakaya and kill their Meddling Mage. Hemingway's Whiskey, thanks for the 4 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. I wonder what this names if they time out. Anybody knows? Just like default to the top card in the list. Kokobe, thanks for the 2/3 of a year. Welcome back. All of the decks on my website have been updated, Iowa Geek. I think I want to go through and add Scavenging Ooze to Grawl and Jund mid-range. I didn't do that the first time through, but I am content with the other lists that are up there. I mean, like, naming my best removal spell that's likely a 4 of isn't unreasonable with Meddling Mage. I'd prefer to keep them out of my hand here. You joined MTG competitively near Innistrad, so you're used to disappointment. I don't know. Innistrad Standard is, like, renownedly good. Was renownedly good. It was fantastic, in my opinion. Hey, Bunny Killer. Thank you for the entire year of support. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Thanks for keeping me around. Just gonna grab an Uro here, because we can escape it next turn. Itty bitty bugle boy, company B. 8 total mana here. Would Treacherous Blessing be cute in this deck, or does it deal too much damage? It's like fine. I don't think there's enough matchups in this format where Treacherous Blessing is really good that it's worth playing, though. GRN Standard was really good. Wow, brutalized. Oh, wait. This is casting. JK. Oh, well. Just kidding. He's gone. You've exiled him. Rough. I think we might be dead. Yeah, above average turn for sure. So I get to bounce Containment Priest. And then I get to sack Birth. Am I just getting Uro? It doesn't really do anything. I guess I just get this as a 4/3, huh? Yeah, they can replay Containment Priest on their turn. I think there's counterplay in this game. Where have you been for the last however many months? If they don't play the Containment Priest back out, this second incarnation is going to destroy them. Because we'll get Yarok plus Tolsmir.
It's only a matter of time.
See if they have another removal spell here or not. I can diddle my Dream Trawler. Gonna have a pretty high priority on killing this Containment Priest with the second incarnation in hand, so hopefully they attack all, trying to push damage, and then we get to kill the priest. That's true. There's no growth spirals and there's no shatters in my deck, so we are very clearly not the bad guys. Okay. Rewarded for bidding the Yorion they knew about. Please attack with Containment Priest. Please. Please attack with Containment Priest. They named Othakaya, which is smart. See, chat, they're not ghosting. They're just naming Othakaya because they're smart. They named Othakaya last game, and chat implied they could be ghosting. They are obviously not. They're just playing well. So we got 2 shots at a way to kill Priest here. If we find a way to kill Priest, we can double Incarnation into our 5 drops. That does it, right? You can't believe the Menace Bug still exists. You must be new here. So this one sacks that. We get Yarok. This one sacks this. We get Tolsmir. Game over. Was this a good turn, chat? If so, why? Can anybody please explain? Swings above average swings. All right, I'm nowhere near done with this deck. We're going to play it for a bit more. I need to run and fill my water bottle, though. I'll be back in just a second. Back in just a second. Yay, Arena black screen. Perfect timing. Great. If we hit an untapped land next turn and get to Solemn, we're really well off towards developing our mana. Okay, tapped land is better than missing. I think I killed their land war elves here, so this way they can't questing beast me next turn. Pickup. Grab a second white source here. This is a green white. This is a Sultai. Okay, so we're taking 4, 5, 6 here. Bounce, Zerta Goblin, chuck this in, shoot this. Okay. Maybe it's better to bounce Cleave there. Could definitely see that being an argument. They have land second Cleave here. I die exactly. That's super unfortunate. Yeah, I think I was better off bouncing Cleave the turn before instead of bouncing the Zerta Goblin. Leaves us at a higher life total. Means I could block and trade. You know, Masticore might actually be okay here, just because it trades, or it blocks pretty profitably early on. I mean, it's just not good enough. I think I'd rather have a couple of Oaths than a couple of Masticores. Sure. Gonna fetch a Swamp here, since we have the option to Othakaya next turn if we'd like. Probably going to. Just identical start to last game for them. We don't have a Paradise Druid. Although I suppose if I Uro, I can Conquer's Death on 4, which is pretty appealing. Maybe I do just do that. Yeah, I'm just gonna Uro, actually. And then if they turn 3 Questing Beast us, we can turn 4 Conqueror's Death it. Getting this going sooner means it gets back to here faster. Only going to 14 on this hit. And I have Oath to buffer my life total back up down the line, which is nice. Eliminate's a decent pickup here, because it means I can go Oath plus Eliminate next turn. Notable that neither of my removal spells kill Questing Beast, though. Looking worse than Heartless Act, for sure. Do I actually just Yarok here? Because they can't, they can cleave me, right? They need an untapped land to cleave me, because this is +2 cost. If they have Domri's Ambush here, I basically just die, though. Easy no blocks. I get to double Othakaya next turn and kill Questing Beast. And that should drag us back into the game, kicking and screaming. That's rude. Oh yeah, this doubles up my Uro here too. Just casual like gain 6, put all the lands into play. Not a bad turn. Yeah, like I said, I think I messed up that first game with my sequencing. It's like that a pretty okay aggressive matchup. I don't know, Steric. That's a good question. Worth discussing. Eliminate. Oh, I can't do this and this turn. I think I'd rather do this. Oh, I get to do different things with these triggers. That's so good. Somewhere in my mind, I think I knew it worked that way, but, oh. It's nice to see it actually happen. Gain a little bit of life here. 8 mana total. You got it. So anyways, they came in blasting. Oh wow, that's my second blue source. Brutal. Oh, I'm dumb. I could have, I should have attacked first and then blinked it to block. Fine, didn't matter. Did I really not board in my Aether Gust against Skrull? Alright, let's fix that. Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Clearly don't need the Gust, right? I think I'm going to cut the Dream Trawler. I think Kogla's the card I'm going to want to get with this most times anyways, if we Incarnation this. Our deck's not even that greedy. Like, our deck's got a lot of colors in it, but, like, if you look at the cards we're playing, our deck has an incredible amount of respect for aggro as constructed. Wow, no 2-drop here is huge. Wow, they didn't have a 2-drop and they didn't have a land? Or they like have a land and don't have a 3, didn't have a 3 either? What did they keep? Good lord. Probably gonna get cleaved. I imagine we have to be getting cleaved this turn, right? Questing Beast, sure. Reverend Chaos, thank you for the 5 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Yeah, it must just be like a bunch of Questing Beasts and Cleaves. I think I'm in for a trophy. I think I'm supposed to trophy plus Omen this turn. This means their Pelt Collector kills my wall, but I also think I'm okay with that. Get an Urode plus trophy. I'd have to shock to do that, Steric, and I'd prefer not to shock this turn. Because I have planes. Incarnation's great here. It's going to turn an Omen of the Sea into a Deputy of Detention and reset this Pelt Collector and block the Zertok Goblin. This way, even if they kill my Deputy, I still reset their thing, which is great. I did not shoot the sheriff, so please don't shoot my deputy. You have Bone Crusher. Harsh but fair. Correct. If they killed it in response, it does not reset. That is accurate. I'm just running back this same play. I think we're holding Assassin's Trophy as a break glass in case of Embercleave card this game. Now, worth noting that because I've got 2 Godless Shrines and 2 Plains, I can't currently escape this Uro, which is a touch awkward, he says, before spiking the land drop he needed. Oh, wait, is that true? No, I already could, right? Yeah, I'm wrong. I missed, too many tri-lands, chat. Didn't need to shock there. That's fine. We can play Paradise Druid now. Woo! Or we can hold Paradise Druid. Oh, I can't. I'm actually out of blue. Never mind. I was say I want to hold up. Is this oh yeah. I was say I would like to hold up Aether Gust. That way we don't get blown out by another cleave, but I actually can't. All right. If we don't die this turn, the game should be over. Cindervine, sure. Not a big deal. Is that one good, chat? It's almost comical how little adding 3 mana to the cost did to Yorion. Just like basically irrelevant. Tap Paradise Druid here at least. Moving on up the ladder. Gosh, if we start with a reasonable deck tomorrow too, we could probably clear our way up to the Diamond 4 rank floor. What do we got in the queue for tomorrow? We got blue-red prowess and black-red control towards the top. Sultai Flash. Maybe I'll add something in. It's reasonable-ish to ladder with to start. Wasn't the companion change focused on eternal formats? Citation needed. Oh, I should lead on Temple Garden here, so that way I can play Birth on 2 without shocking, probably. Nexus deck? Hey, did we just hit the rank floor? We just hit, this is our free loss, right? We're Plat 2. Can someone remind me, did I just hit Plat 2, or are we still a match away from it? Does anybody remember? We just hit Plat 2, we're confident? Alright, Chad seems confident. I don't remember if we were 2 pips off or not. So you get a free loss when you hit Plat 2, so I'm just gonna concede rather than play against Nexus. It's just such a miserable experience. If we didn't have a freebie, I think I'd try and slog it out there, because I don't think that matchup's unwinnable, but it's just like, just one of those matches where, like, even when you're winning, it isn't fun, so. That is why Wilderness Reclamation and 3-mana Teferi will be banned in the Hooglandia Open later this month. So that way I wanted to tell my lovely wife, please don't put Reclamation decks on feature matches. They just won't be there for her to feature. Yeah, it's really not great for coverage. Looks like some vampires. This could be a deck we could play tomorrow to start, to finish our laddering. It's one I've been meaning to play some more of. Double bottom there. I'd really like to find some untapped lands. They weren't if melee will support custom ban lists. At some point they will. They will not for our tournament this month. It's pretty far down on their feature list.
Might be a bad idea.
It'll be pretty trivial for us to enforce it ourselves, though.
Defeating you will not bring me pleasure.
Yeah, I agree, Darth Clyde. Special kind of stupid people that were complaining about Luris with Bobble and Butterd.
Only time will tell.
Nailed it. I have double white, I have double green, I'm getting extra blue here. I'm also going to search up another land with this. Am I searching a land with this, or am I incarnationing? I think I'm just doing this. No, I'm not intending to unban any cards, because unbanning cards that are banned in the format means what we're playing technically isn't historic. Whereas banning things that make for bad television and unfun play patterns just make it a modified historic. There's already some risk of hurting viewer numbers by having a few extra cards removed like we are, but I think they hurt those chances even more if you decide to unban things. No, I just think they're shit cards, Iowa Geek. There's no reason to leave cards that create play patterns like that legal. There are some things that you can't fix by printing other things, because again, it's not that these things are unbeatable. In fact, I think if you're going purely off power level, you could definitely make a reasonable argument that neither of those cards deserve to be banned. They're just miserable to play with and against, though. I'm not banning them because they're too good. We're banning them because they suck to play with and against, and they make awful, awful viewing experience. Am I cycling this? Probably not. The flash decks tend to struggle against the aggressive decks, so we'll see. Yeah, it's like historic, where everybody playing has an unspoken agreement that's enforced.
Do not fear, my friend. Be strong.
Here's gonna be a lukewarm take. The metagame is gonna be largely the same as it is with them. Only those decks just won't be present, making people feel bad. My hot take. Really surprised they didn't flip this. I'm gonna see them throw one of these. We might see them throw these at my face to try and kill me in 2 turns. See if they kill Deputy or hit my face here. They're going for my face. They They're doubting our ability to gain a significant amount of life here, chat. They definitely shouldn't have done that. Really? Okay. Okay, so the first fight I pick happens second. So I'm going to target this, fight this, gain 3, fight this, gain 3. This comes into play, fight this, fight nothing. Your move, Yugi boy. This is all I got. The casual kill your board gain 12.
My strength.
Fighting Helix, yep. Next turn, we get to go Knight, gain 8, Yorion, blink everything, gain a bunch more.
Blood calls to your soul.
We're gonna gain like 30 life next turn. Oh, gosh. I could greed and draw extra cards, but I don't need to greed and draw extra cards. I have interest in killing the enchantment before it flips. Yeah, probably. Oh, gosh. I even get to reset the Deputy. That's pretty good. Bye, friend. This deck's so good against aggro. Love it. I like this. That seems good. Yeah, the catch-up mechanic, the catch-up ability in this deck is huge. I'm assuming this deck is playable in Historic because of the mana base. I mean, it's deck. We've played this archetype in Standard before too. It's just, again, one of the things that's really important to understand is nuance in metagames. So like, Historic has more people playing aggro than Standard does. So like, if you take this deck and you queue it into a bunch of Bant Ramp, it's probably gonna die a whole bunch. Like, not only are the check lands good, but like, metagame is very important to what makes this deck reasonable and Historic compared to Standard too. Again, just talking about like how our aggressive matchups are good is very important because like there's less aggressive matchups to be good in Standard. I think I'm gonna keep this. Like, obviously the hand doesn't have a lot of action in it, but like it has all of my colors and it has an accelerant, so I'm pretty inclined to keep. We can cycle the second Triome here down the line if we flood. Well, that was not how I was hoping these turns to go. Actually gonna go ahead and trade here. I think I'm better off cycling this than I am, and putting this into my hand here. Well, our hand's got a whole lot of nothing going on so far, so that's great for us. I mean, I assume my opponent just thought I wasn't going to trade there. I bet they assumed they were going to get a free hit in. Oh, you know what's awkward? Oh, that sucks. Alright, fine, deal. I was gonna say, I boarded out my second 6-drop. Great, pretty confident I did. I'm watching all day, and I haven't noticed double green ley line into Dork, into this, into Ugin once. No, yeah, there just hasn't been a lot of Ugin. Definitely not been something we played against much of. Our hand put up quite the fight for how clunky it was to start and how many lands we drew, but feels like our, feels like that's gonna catch up to us here. Yeah, I wish I could look at my board. That would be nice. It's also kind of unfortunate that, like, we've drawn a bunch of lands here and all of our lands hurt us. Like, if we didn't have to take, like, 4 damage from our lands in these last 2 turns, we might have been okay to punch through if I was at, like, 10 here as opposed to being at 6. We're actually just dead on board, right? They attack with everything and then soar in, launches the vampire at our face. Do I want you? I feel like I want you. A good set. I like when the deck of the day is an easy pick. This and Jeskai were both good today. So far, my plan of trying to filter in only higher quality historic decks has been feeling good. So that's nice. We also haven't had a lack of historic submissions, even with me rejecting some extras, so it's like we have a system that's hopefully sustainable and not frustrating. Has Masticore been relevant so far? No, but we've not played against any Teferi decks either. Yeah, the Jeskai control deck's gonna get added to the website tonight for sure. Or not tonight, at some point. Although I think I already have artwork I can reuse from when that deck was in Standard. Although maybe I should commission new artwork with all 3 Teferis on it. Feels like that could potentially be a thing. Don't make me boot up Arena. I'm 1 month sober. Huh? I think I want to just interact with their board here. Like, I was originally going to shock an Elite Guardmage, but I think with Othakai I'd rather do this. Don't mind me. I'll just be over here gaining a bunch of life. Yeah, I forgot to swap the basics out, Marty. That's a good one. Hey, similar HS. Thank you for the 13 months. I appreciate it. Welcome back. Ugh. This game's probably done right. All of their bigger plays, we can Conquer's Death. Play the planes out. Lets me hold up Assassin's Trophy here. So if they attack with Knight, I can block and then trophy it after they pump. It's like fog their turn, basically. Are we done here? What's the deal? We're gonna make a wall, chat, because walls work. Duh. Both of those are great. If only walls cost 2 mana IRL, right? Even comes with the planes, chat. Come on, what are you doing? Oh, you know what? I should have played the tap land and used the Paradise Druid there. Alright, so I would like to draw the Teferi, then shuffle my deck, then scry. Opponent definitely does not value their own time. You are correct. Accurate. I boarded Keruga out. I think I do still go get Yarok though. The best part about playing this deck as a Yorion deck is we don't have to worry about decking out. Oh man, they just drew 5 cards, chat. Are we ever going to keep up with their card advantage now? Oh yeah, this deck spends a lot of time in garbage time, chat. A lot of time spent in garbage time. For sure. Do we just turn Oath into Deputy? Or Omen? Yeah. Yeah, definitely. I think dead on a high note. I think we're gonna wrap up there with this one. That was a good set. I don't know. I don't know that I really have. I have a black screen. I have a wonderful memory hemorrhaging black screen. Been a while since I popped in live. Congrats on the newest Oglandia. Put these towards Moto things. I miss the greatness of pure SI. Sounds good, Squid Squad. Will do. To the tier 2, I appreciate it. That's a pretty good set overall. Yeah, I don't know that I really have anything to change. It felt like we had a really good mix of things. We had a lot of good bullets to get in different spots. Felt like a good showing of what our deck was capable of doing overall. If you missed any of that set, it'll be up on YouTube later this evening. All right, we are going to go ahead and wrap things